Welcome to the WION podcast. In this episode, we explore how the Chernobyl nuclear power plant faces renewed radiation risks, revealing how structural damage and ongoing conflict threaten to release dangerous radioactive material decades after the world's worst nuclear disaster. A new report highlights growing concerns over the deteriorating condition of the plant's containment structures, raising fresh questions about long-term safety. Such a failure could trigger a massive release of radioactive dust into the environment, potentially undoing decades of international containment efforts. The warning, released in a comprehensive report on April 14th, focuses on the deteriorating structural integrity of the sarcophagus, the hasty steel and concrete shelter built immediately after the 1986 explosion. While this inner shell was supposed to be dismantled years ago, the process has been indefinitely stalled due to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The remnants of the plant are covered by an inner steel and concrete radiation shell, known as the sarcophagus, and built hastily after the disaster, and a modern, high-tech outer shell called the New Safe Confinement, or NSC structure. Kyiv has accused Russia of repeatedly targeting the site since Moscow launched its full-scale invasion in 2022, including a strike last year that pierced the outer shell. In a report released Tuesday, days before the 40th anniversary of the Chernobyl disaster, Greenpeace warned that despite some repair works, the confinement function of the NSC could not be fully restored. This increases the risk of radioactivity release in the environment, especially in the case of a collapse of the internal shelter, Greenpeace said. That would be catastrophic because there's 4 tons of dust, highly radioactive dust, fuel pellets, enormous amounts of radioactivity inside the sarcophagus. Sean Burney, a senior nuclear specialist for Greenpeace Ukraine, told AFP earlier this month. And because the new safe confinement cannot be repaired at the moment, it cannot function as it was designed, there's a possibility of radioactive releases, Burney added. Greenpeace said deconstruction of unstable elements of the internal shell was necessary to prevent their uncontrolled collapse. But any works at the site were impeded by the war raging on as there's missiles from the Russians still being fired across Chernobyl, Burney said. Here we are 40 years on, and Russia is still effectively conducting a nuclear war against the people of Ukraine and Europe. Plant director Sergei Tarakhanov said the situation around the site was very dangerous. If a rocket will drop, not directly into the safe confinement, but just in 200 meters, it will create an external impact like an earthquake, increasing the risk of the inner shell collapsing. And what actually 1986 accident showed to us, that the radioactive particles, they do not recognize borders, Tarakhanov added. Last month, France said that the Chernobyl protective dome would require almost 500 million euros of repairs after the Russian strike in 2025. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay tuned.